So if you're in the Java world, you have definitely heard of Spring. I mean, for almost 20 years now, its whole mission has been to make the complex simple. Today, we're going to dive into how Spring and its superpowered sidekick Spring Boot lets developers build incredible software by focusing on the creative stuff, not all that tedious, repetitive setup work. But before we get into the how, let's start with the why. Why on earth does it feel like building even a kind of simple modern application can be so incredibly complicated? Well, it all comes down to what we can call the software complexity problem. You see, modern software isn't just one big block of code anymore. It's this intricate web of all these different interconnected parts. Just think about it for a second. Any app worth its salt needs to handle web requests, right? It's got to talk to a database, manage security. All these different pieces have to be built, sure. But more importantly, they have to be wired together. And that right there, getting all those pieces to talk to each other, that's where things get really tricky. You see, in the old days, connecting all this stuff meant developers spent a huge chunk of their time writing what's called application plumbing. It's all this repetitive, foundational code that's absolutely essential for the app to work, but has literally nothing to do with the cool, unique features that actually make your application special. It's all just grunt work. And this is the exact problem Spring was born to solve. It came along and tackled all that complexity with a really revolutionary idea at its core. A smart container that just manages all the pieces for you. The magic pattern behind this is called dependency injection. Now, it sounds super technical, I know, but the idea is actually really simple. Instead of every little piece of your code trying to build or find the other pieces it needs to work, you just tell one central place, the Spring container, what you need, and it handles everything. It creates it, wires it up, and just injects it right where you need it. And the book we're drawing from uses this absolutely perfect metaphor for this. Think of the Spring container like a master home builder. You just provide the blueprints and the raw materials, your individual components. And Spring expertly assembles them all into a sturdy, fully functional house for you. So here's how it plays out in practice. Your code basically just raises its hand and says, hey, I need a product service so I can get some product information. Now, instead of you having to write all the code to build and configure that service, Spring's container just hands you one that's fully formed and ready to go. It's just done. All that plumbing, handled. Now, if Spring was a revolution, then Spring Boot was a massive, massive leap forward. It basically took everything that was great and powerful about Spring and made it ridiculously easy and fast to get started with. The goal was to pretty much eliminate all that manual configuration developers used to have to do. And wow, does this slide nail the difference? In the old days with Spring, you were stuck writing these massive, complicated XML files to tell Spring how to connect everything. With Spring Boot, a lot of the time, all you need is a single line of code, this little annotation, that acts like a special instruction. And that one little line kicks off a whole world of smart automatic setup for you. The secret sauce here is a feature called auto-configuration. What happens is Spring Boot literally peeks into your project, sees the tools and libraries you're using, and makes intelligent guesses. It says, oh, okay, you've got the web stuff, so you're going to need a web server. Got it. And hey, you've included a database library, so you'll probably need a connection to a database. And then it just configures it all for you, using really sensible defaults. Okay, enough theory, right? Let's see what this looks like in the real world. We're going to quickly walk through building a simple little web app called Taco Cloud, and you'll see just how unbelievably fast this whole process is. It all kicks off with this awesome web tool called the Spring Initializer. It's just a simple form where you plug in the basic info for your project, like its name, how you want to package it up, and the version of Java you're using. No more messing around with complicated setup files by hand, you just fill out a form. Then, and this is the really cool part, you basically just go shopping for the features you need. You want to build a website? Just check the Spring Web box. Want some developer tools that'll automatically restart your app whenever you change your code? Check DevTools. Each of these little checkboxes pulls in everything you need for that feature. You click that Generate button and bam, the initializer hands you a complete, perfectly structured project. You get all the folders, the build files, even a main application class already written for you. All that boilerplate is just gone. You're ready to start writing your actual, unique code right away. And here it is, the big payoff. After just a few minutes and maybe a handful of lines of your own code, you can have a real, working web application up and running. Seriously, the whole journey from a blank slate to a running app is just mind-blowingly fast. But look, building a quick web app is one thing. The Spring universe is so much bigger than that. It's a massive ecosystem that's designed to help with pretty much any challenge you can think of in modern software. And we're not talking about some new framework of the week here. Spring has been battle-tested for over 18 years, constantly evolving to solve the newest problems, from microservices and cloud computing all the way to high-performance reactive programming. The whole ecosystem is organized to help you tackle pretty much anything. You've got the foundational parts for the core of any app, integrated Spring for connecting to other systems, reactive Spring for when you need to build really high-performance applications, and deployed Spring, which is all about getting your app ready for production and out into the world. So when you boil it all down, here's the absolute key takeaway. Spring, and especially Spring Boot, handles the plumbing. It takes care of all that tedious, error-prone, and repetitive work. And that's a huge shift, because it frees you, the developer, up to focus your time and energy on what actually matters, building those unique features, creating value, and shipping better code faster. And that really leaves us with one final and, I think, pretty exciting question to think about. When a tool can make all that boring grunt work this easy, freeing up all that time and mental energy, what amazing things could you go out and build?